Hello and thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. Water, not Miller Lite. I'm Thomas Metal 75 and this is your Massachusetts Beer Reviews here on Tuesday, April 3rd, 2018 at 9:23 p.m. I have a six-pack, one bottle of the six-pack to discuss today. That cost me this evening $9.49. This one is from the Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Depending on where you are, they brew in Chico, California at their headquarters or in Mills River, North Carolina. Packaged on January 3rd, 2018. It is Hop Bullet Double IPA, 8% alcohol by volume. This is the first time I will ever have tasted the Hop Bullet. And I've heard from enough people that the Hop Bullet is definitely one to try. They say on the Sierra Nevada Brewing Company website on the phone here, it is brewed with a double-barreled blast of Magnum hops and lupulin dust. Hops are the name of the game with a double IPA, but we knew to take it one step further. They say with Hop Bullet, we're using a new technique, hitting the beer with a double-barreled blast of Magnum hops and lupulin dust, pure concentrated hop flavor, directly into the tank to emphasize the intense pine and citrus flavors of the classic West Coast hops. 60 IBUs at 8% alcohol by volume. Obviously, it's an ale, so ale yeast. Bittering hops are Magnum. Finishing are Centennial, Cascade, Chinook, Magnum, and Crystal hops. Two-row pale, wheat, dextrin, chocolate, and acidulated malts. Chocolate is weird to me. I have no clue what possessed them to use chocolate. No clue when this came out. Ask Jay Terry Oak from Louisiana Beer Reviews if you want to know that. Bought this at 6:38 p.m. and it was not cold, but hopefully this is cold enough. All right, we have I guess it's somewhat filtered. Nice, bright white head. Maybe like egg-shelled almost. But pretty bright, pretty white, pretty thick and frothy. Moderate carbonation. And there are some medium to small bubbles in the glass. So let us get a nose of the Sierra Nevada Hop Bullet Double IPA. The whole thing is actually not in the glass yet. Yeah. There's definitely a strong scent of the hops, a strong bittering agent in this one. It smells like 8%. It smells like a bigger, boozier kind of a beer. It has a lot of that yeasty, I guess that's the wheat malt, right? I'm getting a lot of this yeasty, bubblegummy, candied, melony, melon fruit, orangey, this sticky pine sap kind of an aroma to it, to be completely honest. It smells very syrupy and very sweet. White bread, some little bit of toast from the two-row pale malt, I'm guessing. Yeah, it smells like a gigantically huge beer. Maybe not at the optimal temperature to drink it at, but let's do so. Cheers to Hop Bullet from Sierra Nevada. Not as cold as I would like the beer. But regardless of that fact, there are similar things happening in the nose that are translating to the taste. I'm definitely getting a sweet, yeasty, like that yeast or the that wheat malt that's in there, and that ale yeast that they're using. I'm definitely getting that bubblegummy, sweet kind of a note out of it. There's definitely a lot of candy-like sugary notes to it. Orangey sugary notes, grapefruit sugary notes for me. I say sugary, it's going along that candied sort of a sweetness. Like I said, melon fruit kind of characters are in that as well. I'm getting a little bit, maybe not quite as pronounced as in the nose, but I am drinking the hot bullet, and I am getting a little bit of a toasty kind of a character out of the malts on this one. I would say that this is a medium towards full-bodied, more of a medium styled beer. It just is trying to squeeze every last drop of hops into this beer when it finishes. There's definitely a lot of bittering at the end because they use so many different, as we talked about, they use so many different malt or hops at the end towards the finish. It's a very sharp bitterness. The alcohol, like in the nose, is definitely playing somewhat of a role in the beer. It's not boozy beer, but there's definitely a perception of an 8.0 in the beer. Take a sip of water. It's like earthy, green, grassy, sharp bitterness mixed in with some of that 8% at the end. And again, this is like almost bubble gummy in a way. Not so unlike you would get from Hefeweizens or wheat beers that have a really yeasty kind of an influence to them. Although there's not a lot of sediment or any kind of real yeast in this beer, but I'm getting that kind of a bubblegummy, candied-like feel and flavor out of this one. Maybe at a colder temperature, this would be a much more enjoyable beer. I did get charged $9.49 for a 6-pack, so this is some high-quality beer. You definitely got to try this one. I think if you like I don't think you would like this beer if you do not like heavier bodied beers and some 8% alcohol by volume taste and heft to the beer. And by far, 60 IBUs seems like that is low for what this actually tastes like. So if you're not, again, a fan, if you don't like IPAs, double IPAs, hoppy pale ales, any other hoppy style out there in the world, in the universe, this is probably not a beer you should seek and you should spend your money on. So what am I going to rate this beer? So all its tropical notes, bubblegummy, toasty, sweet. There's almost like a chalkiness towards the end as well. And the sensation of the mouthfeel. I don't know. I think it's at least a middle of the road 85 a B beer. I think maybe colder, the alcohol and the mouthfeel wouldn't be so big and aggressive and bold. But if that's the style of IPA that you really love, and you really love more hops in your beer, and for them to really try to wring your mouth out of all liquid and really give you a bitter punch, and not so much of malts and hops living in harmony, yeah, maybe a hot bullet would be for you. So I'm going to give it an 85, but it does have a world-class class flavor to it, and it's definitely extremely well put together. It's just amazing this day and age what purely hops do with flavoring of a beer. So 85 as of the immediate moment in time, not my favorite double IPA. I would still choose Optimum IPA from Sierra Nevada over the Hot Bullet, but I got 5 other bottles, and maybe my opinion changes over time. And if that is the case, go to the Massachusetts Beer Reviews group of Facebook, and I'll update you on thoughts and opinions. And until next time, appreciate you watching the Hot Bullet review. So cheers, see you next time, and yes, we'll see you soon.